Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the Crochet Circle.
In today's video, I want to show you how to make this beautiful daisy. Now this daisy is already blocked, so it is more flat, but I do have here also a daisy that wasn't blocked and that is a bit bigger, so you can see the ruffles, the petals, how they look. So this one is a bit bigger. I can link you the pattern for this daisy as well, but I'm gonna show you how to make this one with a nice little center and 12 petals on each layer. Now I think we can begin. Now what you will need for this crochet daisy is of course a crochet hook. I have a 3mm crochet hook in my hands and I have two colors of cotton yarn. One is yellow, one is white because I want the center to be yellow and the petals to be white. Of course, scissors and a needle. Now I'm gonna begin with the yellow yarn. This is gonna be the base of it. As you can perhaps see, usually it is recommended to take both yarns of the same size, same thickness or the same manufacturer, but unfortunately I didn't get the same color combination that I wanted, so this yellow is just a bit thicker than the white, but as you saw in the beginning, there is actually no difference to it. So I'm gonna begin with the magic ring, so that means twice around my thumb, go in with the crochet hook and make a chain 1. Now in this magic ring I have to do 6 single crochets, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now I'm gonna close up the magic ring. And join it with the slip stitch into the first stitch. I know it's a bit tighter, but the tighter you will crochet, you won't have any gaps. Now I joined it with a slip stitch, and this slip stitch I have to pull as tight as possible because I don't want any gaps. Now the next row is chain 1, just to go up into the next row. Again, this chain 1 I'm pulling it tight, and in the same stitch I'm gonna begin with an increase, so I'm gonna do 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and now 5 more times. Altogether it is gonna be I hope you can see it. Altogether it's gonna be 6 times, and that means I'm gonna have 12 stitches at the end. So these are 3, 4, now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, 12. Now I'm not gonna join it with the magic ring because this is now the end of the center. I'm just gonna leave just a little bit of a tail, cut the yarn and pull the yarn through. Now I need to take my sewing needle and I'm gonna join it invisibly. So I want to have 12 stitches. That means I'm not gonna go with my needle into the first stitch. I'm gonna go with my needle into the second stitch, and I'm gonna overlap the first stitch. So going in to the second stitch and then going back from where I came from and pulling it tighter. as you can see, there is actually no visible join. All I have to do is now get the end tail more towards the center, and then I'm actually gonna just make a knot because this part will be covered with the back side of the bookmark. So I'm just making knots, and this is now the base done. So now that the base is done, I am gonna start with the petals. That's why I have my white cotton yarn, and you can just pick whatever stitch you wanna go into, but I would suggest going in the opposite side where you finished. So I finished here, I'm gonna start the next round on the opposite side. And what I'm gonna do actually, because this daisy is gonna have 2 rows of petals, I'm gonna first begin with the back loop only. So I'm gonna go in with my crochet hook into the back loop. I'm gonna grab my white yarn and I'm gonna make chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see how long the petals are gonna be. Now I need to do chain 1, and in the second stitch from the hook I'm gonna do a single crochet, then I'm gonna do a half double crochet, then I'm gonna do a double crochet, and in the last stitch I'm gonna do a half double crochet. Now the first petal is done. I have to join it with the slip stitch in the same stitch and then move to the next one, again just through the back loop. I'm gonna do a slip stitch. So chain 4, now chain 1 and a single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, a half double crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, and a slip stitch in the same stitch. Now 2 petals are done, and don't forget you have here probably the diagram and the written instructions as well, so you just make it at your own pace. So 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1 and a single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, a half double crochet stitch in the next stitch, a double crochet stitch in the next stitch, a half double crochet in the last stitch, and a slip stitch to join it. So that's 3 done, another 9 to go. So it's a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, and a half double crochet, and a slip stitch. Slip stitch, 4 chains, 1 more chain in the second one from the hook, a single crochet in the next one, a half double crochet in the next one, a double crochet in the next one, a half double crochet, and slip stitch back into the back loop only. Don't forget, working only in the back loops. because there's gonna be another round of petals over this. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more, a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, half double crochet, and a slip stitch. Slip stitch, and then a single, a half double, and then a double, another half double crochet, and another slip stitch. Slip stitch, chain 4, one more in the second one from the hook, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, slip stitch, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, and another slip stitch, slip stitch. You can already see the daisy looking good. That's 4 chains, another chain, and then a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, and a slip stitch, a slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, one more in the second one from the hook, a single crochet, a half double one, a double crochet, a half double one, and a slip stitch, and I'm gonna join it with a slip stitch of the first row, of the first stitch. Now that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 petals done. As I already mentioned it, you can stop here, but what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go another row of petals, so it's gonna be more puffy, and I think it's gonna look much better. But it's completely up to you. You can leave it just like this, like cut the yarn and use it like this, but I am gonna make just another row. So now that I've joined with the slip stitch on the back loop only, now I have to kind of shift to the front loop. So I just grab the front loop and make a slip stitch through there. So now my work is gonna be worked from the front, on the front loop only, and I'm gonna do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, and then a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, and a slip stitch. And 11 more to go. So slip stitch into the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, a half double crochet, slip stitch, and a slip stitch in the next stitch, now all the petals are the same, but why perhaps you have the feeling that the front row ones are a bit shorter? Well, it's just because you can see how the back loops and the front loops are positioned, so that is why you kind of get the feeling that the front ones are a bit smaller. Now what you can also do is perhaps not go with make them even smaller, so perhaps go with only a chain 3 over, or you can make the 3, 4, sorry, or you can make the back ones larger. But this chain of 4 for me is, I think, just the right length, because first it's easy and fast to make, and I think it gives it enough length to get the perfect size. So it's single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, and another half double crochet, slip stitch, and a slip stitch into the next stitch, because the stitches are on the front loops only, so it's easy to go in with the crochet hook. This one is a half double crochet, a slip stitch, and a slip stitch into the next one. Still doing the single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet, and another half double crochet, and joining it with the slip stitch in the front loop only, because I already used the back loop for the back petals. Four chains, chain one, a single crochet in the second one from the hook, a half double crochet, a double crochet, and another half double crochet. Now slip stitch in the front loop, in the same front loop where I started, and then a slip stitch to go to the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, slip stitch. Now into the last one, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1 in the second chain from the hook, a single crochet, a half double crochet, a double crochet in the next stitch, and a half double crochet in the next stitch. Now joining it in the with the slip stitch in the same. And what I have to do is I have to go into the first stitch as well and make a slip stitch there. So now it's done. So I'm gonna do is chain 1. I do hope I didn't go out of focus or out of the field of view too much, but yeah, chain 1, pulling the chain tight, and the crocheted daisy is done. It is in 2 tiers, so it is a bit more puffy. What you can also do perhaps is put some seed beads here in the middle to make it bling, to make it a bit more shiny. What I have to do is I just have to block it for a bit. So I'm gonna be using half water, half sugar dissolved, and just straightening the petals out a bit more so that I will be able to see them. And that's it. Well, I do hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, let me know. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And until the next time, I'm gonna say happy crafting!